Governor. I'm Supriya from The Edge. I know you've mentioned this already, but can we get more details on what prompted the SRR cut? And does Bank Negara foresee a tight supply of the ringgit in the future, like what's happening in Hong Kong right now?
What's happening in Hong Kong?
Yeah, they're foreseeing the tight supply of the Hong Kong dollar. Does Bank Negara see any liquidity issues?
No, there's no tight supply of US dollar.
No, sorry, of our ringgit. I mean, tight supply of our ringgit.
Oh no. So, Bank Negara has a wide-ranging range of instruments to manage liquidity in interbank market. This includes, injecting cash into the system, doing reverse repo, doing swaps. And these are instruments that we use to manage liquidity on a day-to-day basis. So SRR is used to manage what we call structural liquidity in the system. So when SRR was increased in 2011, like what I had mentioned, there was a build-up of excess liquidity arising from the inflows. But over the years, the structural liquidity has declined. So what we want, there's no need for us to absorb that much liquidity on a permanent basis anymore. And as such, we have released, so this reduction in statutory reserve releases this liquidity on a much more permanent basis into the system. So, like I said, FTSE Russell has acknowledged the measures that we have implemented in the past have given greater flexibility to offshore investors to hedge their positions onshore. And that has been borne out by the growing volume of transaction onshore in terms of the FX transactions especially, and even the cost of hedging onshore has been coming down. So that is a positive development which even FTSE Russell has acknowledged. On our part, we will continue to engage with the index providers and the investors to ensure what other pain points do they have, and the kind of measures that we can continue to put in place to facilitate greater efficiency in the market. So this is something that we will continually do to improve efficiency in the onshore market and continue to raise awareness of the various options available. Based on our engagement, there's a lot of misperception about what they can and cannot do. So on our part, we will continue to engage the investors.
Datuk, can I just clarify earlier in the question from The Edge? So you were talking about the growth figures, and then you mentioned it looks like we could get 4.6 to 4.7% growth. Is it?
No, I'm saying that the 4.6 that we have run. So the 4.6 that we have recorded for the first 9 months, it's already near the 4.7. I said that. So the growth for the whole of this year, because employment, we still have full employment, wages are still increases, consumption will continue to be around the 7% growth that we have seen. That will provide support to growth. And on top of that, you have the plants that were shut down in the third quarter that had resulted in the mining sector to be contracting would normalize in the fourth quarter. So that itself will provide support to growth in the fourth quarter.
Can I also, sorry, you...
No, I'm saying that also in the third quarter, one of the things that I'm not sure whether most of you managed to see in terms of our current account, in the third quarter, we had higher tourist arrivals and also higher per capita tourism spending in the third quarter. So some of the work that had been done to increase tourism into Malaysia is also bearing fruit. And next year is Visit Malaysia 2020. So that also will provide some positive support to growth.